You know, as a speaker, I have the opportunity to travel around the world, and I share a story that's real personal in nature, and it revolves around vision, mindset, and grit. 3 words that have impacted my life, 3 words I know firsthand, if you put them into action, can impact yours. And to give an idea how, I'd like to invite you into my life, take you on a journey. My life changed just a few months after celebrating that kickboxing victory on those gorgeous white sand beaches along the Gulf of Mexico at a place known as St. George's Island. A bunch of friends from college, we arrived there around 8:00 p.m. We set up our camp, built a fire. Then a buddy of mine challenged me to a foot race. Now, being just a little competitive, like all of you here today in the device market industry, I stood up to that challenge, bent down in my running stance, waiting to hear the word go. Imagine right now hearing that word echoing throughout the air. And the first thing you can feel is that cool night air blowing through your hair. And with each step, you can feel sand, gritting its way between your toes. And as you leaned across that imaginary finish line, you could even taste salt in the ocean air. That run turned out to be one of my best. But what I could never envision was how that run would also be my last. You see, when we walked back to camp, another friend was waiting for us, and he simply said this. He said, "Do the 2 of you mind taking a ride down the beach to go find some more firewood to keep our bonfire burning throughout the night?" So we said, "Sure, why not?" And that's when I jumped into the passenger side of my buddy's car, and off we went. And it wasn't long thereafter when it happened. My friend Ed was driving way too fast. At the time, we didn't realize he may have had too much to drink, because for no apparent reason, on one dark road, Ed lost control of the wheel of that car. He ran off the road, and he crashed into a mound of sand, sending that car hurling into the air before tumbling back to earth end over end. And it was in that one defining moment that everything about my life would change. One of the first times that I came to, I remember laying there in the emergency room, and I couldn't move anything from my shoulders all the way down to my toes. And that's when Dr. Stringer walked in my room, my neurosurgeon, and he said this. He said, "Scott, in case you don't recall, you're in a bad car accident. We just received word that your friend Ed, we received word that he survived. Some bumps and bruises. But then they said, look, you've broken your neck, cervical 6 and 7 vertebrae, and have a very serious spinal cord injury that has left you paralyzed from your chest down. Diagnosed a quadriplegic." And it wasn't long thereafter I was being told I'd be confined to this chair for the rest of my life. When Dr. Stringer walked out of my room, the first one from my family was my dad. He walked in, and he walked in with a golf club similar to this one. He rested it by my side as nothing more to give me something to shoot for, knowing I too was also an avid golfer. But then he said this. He said, "Scott, look, if you can, just let it happen." And what my dad was saying to me was this: by not resisting the experience of irrevocable change and letting it happen, then you'll get through it. But it's going to take time. What I could never envision in my wildest dreams was how a simple golf club, in those words, could provide me so much drive in that recovery.